Hey, what's going on, guys? Khordmaster here. So in today's video, we are going to be doing an exploration of the Waldorf Iridium Synthesizer. It's a really cool keyboard that is capable of some amazing sounds. And it's a pretty timely video because Waldorf just came out with a standalone, I guess, desktop version similar to this keyboard because they have a, I think this keyboard had a desktop version first called the Iridium, and then they came out with the keyboard version, and now they have something that's a little bit more accessible. I think it's slightly more affordable, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not exactly sure, but I got this keyboard from Zounds, so shout out to Zounds. Check out their website and all the amazing items for your audio production needs. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the keyboard a little bit and play it and just explore some of the sounds. And so that's exactly what we're going to do right now. I just want to show you too how we're doing this because I'm always kind of thinking like what is the best way to record and get things sounding the way that I want them to and looking the way that I want them to. So I'm going to kind of talk through this recording process here. So I'm talking to you guys on the DJI Pocket 2, which I feel as though I'm going to be spending a lot more time using this camera to record a lot of the stuff in my YouTube video. For some odd reason, this camera, I love it so much, but because I have things like this Nikon camera over here, right? This Z6, for example, and like the Sony that's doing my top down and iPhones, or an iPhone, right? There is always like a little bit of doubt in my mind. I'm like, oh, maybe I should be using my more professional camera. Like even this, like, why am I using an inferior camera when I can use something better? Well, I'm just about making things easier and just making it more fun for me, because I think that shines through in the video. And so to that point, what I think I want to kind of start doing is, even when I'm in the studio or when I'm out and about, I want to kind of have a setup that is repeatable, right? Rather than being like, oh, okay, I'm recording here, I got to do this, and this, but I'm recording there, I got to do this, and that. Even with this microphone, like, okay, like I just said, like I could be using this microphone if I wanted to get like the best quality. Right now, it's not the season for that. Right now, it's about me having fun and recording and making what I want to make. And hopefully you guys are down for it, are interested in it. And yeah, so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to actually show you exactly what's happening here. Just like this is going to be kind of I think, a cool video. I'm going to plug this in first because my battery looks like it is somewhat low. About like, I don't know, it's at 39%. It just says it when I plug it in. And we're going to go over here and kind of talk through how we're recording everything next. All right, cool. So let's do it. All right, so I got this plugged in because it's charging. I also want to just tilt this. Can it come all the way over? I want to tilt this over real quick. Yeah, there we go. That's good. All right, so what we have here, as I move this microphone out of the way a little bit, is we have the Waldorf Iridium Synthesizer. That's the keyboard we're going to be playing. I have a 1/4-inch Y cable going into this TX6 mixer, and the TX6 mixer also has a USB plugged into it that's going to be capturing all the audio coming from here into here. I'm going to be listening to it through this headphone port right here with these really nice Audio-Technica headphones. And then how you guys are going to hear me? Well, there's going to be two different ways, right? There's going to be my Tula mic up there. And as I'm thinking like, oh, wow, I just thought of something. Instead of using the Tula mic, in addition to using the Tula mic, which you can see right next to that YouTube sign, I'm also going to connect my wireless DJI lapel mic to my shirt as I'm doing the video. And what that's going to allow me to do is have two different, much higher than average quality soundtracks for my voice to be able to check, because it's the first time I'm doing this configuration. And I'm excited about that. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to clip on that DJI. Next thing you're going to see is me sitting at the keyboard playing some sounds. All right, let's go. this thing has polyphonic aftertouch, which means that when you press a key, let me bring this back a little bit so y'all can see me as well, you know? A little bit. Can you see me a little bit? Yeah, a little bit, kind of. Or I could use that wide angle lens thing, but nah, that's overcomplicating things. When you press a key, like soft, versus press it and then push in, polyphonic aftertouch is so cool to me. See, that's cool to be able to do that. That is cool to be able to do that, my friends. Again, I'm trying to get my face in the shot too. There we go. Okay, when you're knocking like that and you're that much into something, you gotta know how to save a sound. And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to, how do we save this again? I think we're selected. I think we do perform, and then this, and then press and hold, and then assign. So now we have that assigned to us. So you can do sets on here, right? You can do like these things called sets, which are like favorites to jump to your favorite sounds. So that type of thing. So I just saved that because that was so cool. So like that, I want someone to sample that right there. That's really cool. I'm trying to see how to, okay, there we go. That's really good. We gotta be over here. video is gonna kind of turn to something a little bit different. I'm planning to send this keyboard back, right? As I mentioned, I have access to keyboards that I can try out, and I want to start talking about them, filming content with them, you know, not necessarily doing these full-on reviews that like the Loop Pops of the world and these guys do, which are incredible, but more so like, hey, I'm just a guy who started a YouTube channel a few years ago, and someone like myself enough to say, hey, we want to empower your channel and give you an opportunity to play with some gear, and you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to do reviews of it. You don't have to give us a shout out. So it took me a while to kind of understand how to utilize the opportunity in a way that makes sense for me, and I think I'm kind of there right now. I should also say that I want this video to be like, by the end of it, I'm going to confirm, depending on the amount of fun that I have. Like you saw me having fun with that other preset there, but depending on the amount of fun that I have, I want to be able to just like decide if I want to keep this or not, or do I want to send it back? So let's figure this out together. Let this be like an interactive thing. The sounds on here are so interesting. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Yo, that is really remarkable. That's really cool. All right, so we need to, how do we, again, I'm just trying to get this. All right, let's save this. Let's assign that. That sounds really interesting to me. I really like that. Let's play with this a little bit more here. So what I was doing is pushing into one key at a time to like let that one key in the chord sort of be accentuated. So like kind of like C sharp. That's so cool, man. There's so many presets here. So the other thing is like I'm just kind of going through these like kind of one by one, but also like that's cool. That's so hard. So let me see. Just going to random sounds now. Let me actually pause for a second and talk for a bit. So the idea here with this keyboard is just like, it's just really, really a lot of fun to use. And as my never-ending journey of like figuring out how to incorporate equipment that I have access to into something meaningful. Damn, I don't think I could have said that better if I tried. I asked myself, like, okay, with something like this, I could certainly use it with the OP1 field, for example, and I actually have done that, connecting like the line in rather than going to my TX6, going to the OP1 and like do what I'm doing here, but whenever I like have something that's interesting, just record it to tape. Boom, hit record that little moment to tape or something, and then go back and kind of, make something out of it later. So that's a workflow that I think makes a lot of sense, and I think I actually will do that. We'll, experiment with that a little bit. Another one, of course, is like sending this audio directly into an audio interface and using like a regular DAW like Ableton or Logic or whatever, and not relying so heavily on the plugins in these DAWs, but maybe like saying, oh, I'm going to use the drums in there, for example, but I'm going to be like using these sounds that most people don't have access to, right? Some of these ones on here, you're like, hey, like that sounds really interesting. Where'd you get that? Oh, well, don't worry about it, that type of thing. So let's go for maybe a couple more minutes. I'm kind of curious about some more of the sounds. Like I'm only a quarter of the way down on these presets here, but it's just so much on here. You can get lost in it for better or for worse. Really interesting. That's really cool too. I need to save that one. Set 2. Okay, so I think the next thing that we're going to do is, before sending this bad boy back and getting it packed up and sending it on back, I want to clear out, let's start with one. I was going to say all of the tapes on my OP1 field, but let's clear out one tape, like back it up, clear it out, do what I mentioned, send this into the OP1, monitor in the OP1, and then let's do a similar thing and just explore these sounds, play some chords, play some melodies, record them to tape, and then go like the next day to a cafe with just the OP1 field and add some drums to it from there. And like, what I'm saying? Like build upon what I just recorded. My thoughts, I'm just thinking out loud for a second here, is I would want to record these moments into the same tape to just stay in the flow state kind of thing. But then, I would then maybe want to figure out the easiest way to like send the audio that are in these tapes, like the moments, and like actually send them into the sampler and create samples from them, perhaps, right? So then I can apply them wherever, like on another new tape, if that makes sense, to keep it organized. So, yeah, that is going to be the end of today's video, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. That was about 23, 24 minutes. I'm excited to get to editing. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to dive in right away and start editing. And so I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Check out my Patreon as well. I updated that recently with some really, really great perks, I think, and some really accessible prices starting at $3 a month. And also, if you don't have the funds to pay for, subscribing to my Patreon, become a member on there for free. There's an option to do that as well. I just want to build a community on that platform. I'm excited about some of the things that they're doing. So I'll leave a link for them in the description and in the first comment. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.